All right. Gonna get started here in about 10 more minutes. Just wanted to make sure everything was up and live, give people a chance to join it if they want. But yeah, we'll get going here in about 10 minutes, I'll say. So let me break the silence here real quick, see if I can find something good here in the meantime. I'll start with this. Hopefully you guys could actually hear that this time, because apparently OBS requires you to add the audio source for your desktop now. It isn't in there by default. That's why it wasn't coming through last time. All right, I'm getting kind of bored. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna get started a little early here, just to demonstrate real quick what I did on stream last week. I have it on my display table vise here for gets and shiggles, I guess, because it doesn't have its legs yet. Hopefully the legs, I can at the very least get those done today. They do seem a little bit complicated though, so that is a definite maybe at the very least. Was I twisting this the wrong way? Yeah, I was. I don't want to crush this thing. So, since finishing that stream, I have noticed that the joint for the hip here is awfully loose, and I'm not sure if there's a building problem there causing that. Yep, there is a building problem there causing that. I think that screw in there was necessary because that just came right off. Looks like I'm going to start by fixing that real quick, but then the other thing I wanted to mention is that this thing does a pretty piss poor job of holding its sword, which is honestly kind of disappointing to me. I think you're expected to glue that hand in place, and then that clamps down on the sword to keep it in place, and it kind of needs to be braced against the forearm armor there just to be held. So yeah, I'm gonna fix the hip joint here first, and then I'll get started on building that. But for now, I'm gonna switch it to theme-appropriate music with the Black Knight soundtrack, which hopefully you guys can actually hear now. I do believe I have that fixed now. Set you off to the side. And I also want to mention, just because I have it sitting right here, I have the high-grade OG, or AUG, fully built here, and this is a dope kit, I gotta say. Slight fitting issues aside and sort of limited articulation, I think it's great. I gotta find a cozy place for that so it's not taking up precious desk space here. And I'll get my tools back out. The Tamiya cutter for the ABS parts and the screwdriver. And then of course the razor for help with nub removal, and then the God hand cutter, which I'm just going to put back in its sleeve for now because I won't be needing that to fix that joint, and then the knife. So let me whip this back out again and tidy this up a tiny bit. Where was that step for the hip joint? Okay. Oh, that was before that. Okay, so there was a screw and a nut. So I do still have the screws and nuts on the desk from last time. There's a nut right there. And then where are those screws? It's not one of those. Oh, is that one of the screws I dropped on the floor? Because that's going to be kind of tough. Oh, that's not ideal. Let me at least see if I could fish this out of here. Uh-oh. Well, this is off to a questionable start. Okay, I'm gonna have to take this apart slightly here to be able to get back at this. Also, I apologize if I sound congested right now. I am feeling a lot better than I did when I filmed my most recent unboxing video with the new type order, but, you know, it takes a couple days for a cold like that to really go away, so if you hear sniffling and coughing, I'll try my best to do that away from the mic so it's not, because I know some people can get bothered by that. Man, these parts do not want to come apart. Okay, I just broke that. Yeah, that's just straight up broken. Hopefully that could still hold its shape at least a little bit. Oh my god. Come on now. Just come off. Okay, that came off without breaking, thankfully. Okay, well that's not supposed to do that. I'm gonna see if I can use one of my needle nose or fine point tweezers to get that part out there. Thank goodness that came out. Okay, so pop this back on. Gonna have to be a little more careful with this going forward. And I think, at the very least, once I have the leg on, I feel like that missing peg won't be as problematic. But it's definitely not holding on as good now, which is very disappointing. Yeah, there's a gap there. Not great. Okay, it's holding on decently well despite the break, but that's still not great. Okay, I got the nut. Oh yeah, I needed the screw. I swear I saved a bag of old screws from one of my other kits because I think these are all the same types of screw, but I can't find it. I know I saved it somewhere. Just quick checking the carpet just to make sure. Is this the screw? I just found that on the floor. No, I don't think it's this. This is the right one. Let me at least get this built back up real quick here and check it. I am now very much regretting not putting that screw in there. That was obviously very necessary for the construction. Oh, I put that in there backwards. Funny because you put these in here, they're very sturdy, but I think as soon as you start twisting it, that's when it comes loose. Okay, I think I'm also going to take the sword out of the hand just until I'm ready to start posing with it. Yep, that is definitely not the right screw, but at least I got it off the carpet. Where did my flashlight go? Just gonna quick check and make sure I can't find this screw real quick here. Carpet like this is not ideal for going like this, especially if you're prone to dropping stuff like I am. Yeah, we definitely need that screw. But I'm not a fan of the fact that I can't find it. Yeah, that's not great because I think I used the rest of the screws that were in there. I know I kept the screws from my past couple of kits that had them because they had spares, but now for the life of me I can't find them, so I guess I'm just gonna leave this as it is for now, and I'll figure that out later, because you all came here today to watch me build the legs, so I shouldn't be wasting your guys' time like that. Okay, get you down here and then find, where do the legs start? Okay, looks like they start right here with only one page actually dedicated to instructions here. Okay, one moment here. Take a quick sip of water here. All right. So, get my runners back out here. I know we're going to be using this one a lot because these are all parts for the outside of the feet, and I think those are for the bottom of it. Also going to be needing the rest of these claw pieces. Okay, that's runner I. Okay, I need runner E to start. That's what I'm trying to look for. Oh yeah, this is A. B. The other ABS runner. Yeah, I think this is where the last of the ABS parts are going to go, except for the backpack, I would assume. Okay. And I need to start with this one. And I will need one of those other screws. Thankfully, I didn't lose all those. Okay, E12 and E13. Trying to do a little bit better about getting that on camera this time. It's an interesting shape on this part here with this little like gap in the peg. Oh, freaking focus. Focus. Focused for just a second there. Okay. Need one of these. Okay. And then pop them together like that. And then drop the screw. Come on now. Now is not the best time for Butterfingers. Okay, maybe I should do it like this instead. I wish these Tamiya screwdrivers were magnetic and could hold the screws in, because that would make a lot of this a fair bit easier, I think. Okay, that's not going to work either. Now I got it in there. Come on. Come on. Man, that is really tight. Hold on. Okay. Very, very tight hip joint now with that screw in there. I don't know what causes this thing. There we go. This thing just has, this webcam has a mind of its own when it comes to focus, but it seems like reflections definitely don't help. Okay, need a very weird shaped part here. Need a one of these pieces here, because I believe the outer parts of this are the like stripes going down the thighs. 22. Kind of cruel of Bandai to put the nubs right there, because that's where it's going to be visible the entire time. But then again, it's a kit from 2000, so they were still trying to figure out nub placement and all that good jazz. Okay, and then I need more parts from E, and then I'm going to need a whopping 2 screws for what I'm assuming is the knee joint here. 10 and 11. Oh, and I need 8. Isn't it nice when it just gently falls out instead of getting stuck in there or flying all over the place? And then where did that other joint go? Oh, it fell over here. Alright. Okay, so facing that way. It looks like the orientation of this doesn't matter. No, it doesn't. That goes like that, and then this goes like... Oh, I missed a nub on this one. Then that goes like that. And this goes... So, screws going in both of those holes there, but we have the upper thigh going into the calf, and this is going to be a double knee joint for the knee. Curious to see, because I do think, yeah, there is going to be a rubber part that goes over this, so curious to see how that'll treat us when we get to that point. But first I need to dump out 2 of these screws here. Hopefully not take too long to get these in there. And hopefully not get them in there crooked, because I think that would definitely destroy the articulation here. I don't remember having this much trouble with the screws in the last stream. Maybe my hand-eye coordination is going down because I'm feeling under the weather. Get in there, you son of a bitch. I swear, the hole in there is like too small for the screw, so it doesn't want to go in there. Oh, I didn't mean to do that shit. Hold on a second. Runners I set off to the side were accidentally pushing keys on my keyboard. Don't want to do that now. That's better. Okay. I'm just going to set them back in here instead. I think that's going to be less detrimental to the quality of the stream, hopefully. Anyways, back to trying to get these screws in here. Damn it. God, come on. Okay, there we go. Okay, now just to carefully tighten them. Come on. Okay, and then this part goes in here facing this way, I think. Yeah, okay, hold on. Need to have a little more control. Oh, that is going to be difficult to get out. I feel like you're not intended to get that out once it's in there. Oh, I put that in there the wrong way. Damn it. Please don't break. Please. So I hope this doesn't create too much background noise, but it is getting very hot in here for me. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, yeah. I need to slow down just a little bit here because I just put that in the wrong way. That's better. Yeah, there we go. Okay, crisis averted. So we have our hip joint, which does spread outwards like that. It seems like it'll rotate slightly, and then we have a double jointed knee, but that's definitely going to be limited with the other crap we're putting on top of it. Gotta get a rubber part here, though. Looks like it's gonna be... Yep, G2. And it looks like these are both G2? They're both G2. Okay. Get rid of the nubs. And then which direction does it go in? This way. Alright. Got that rubber part on there. Okay, set that down. Gotta grab more parts from runner E here. Go. Alright, I need 24. And 15 and 17. Huh, neither of them wanted to come out. And that one just fell on the floor. Okay, and then there is going to be a screw required for this at some point here. Okay, at least some of these nubs are going to be on the inside. Oh, it looks like all of these nubs are pretty much on the inside of this part so that they won't be visible because this is going to be the stripe on the calf here. So at least they had some decency here. Okay, this looks like this is going to be part of our ankle joint here. And then... and then this joint here is going to get a screw, which thankfully doesn't seem to be for articulation. It's purely just to hold the part in place. So we need one screw. We need to hold this a little closer to me here because I'm almost going to get in there crooked. That's better. Alright, yeah. Got the very bare bones part for the leg here, and it looks like even before we get the armor, just a little over 90 degrees for a bend there, it seems. A little unfortunate, but it's just kind of more so the design of this thing, and they're wanting to have these rubber tubing, like fleshy bits in there. But it looks like I'm gonna have to start building some feet here, so I do need I need a couple parts from runner E here. I'm gonna do this carefully as to not get confused, because they kind of show all the toes going onto the like central aspect here, but then pop-outs show you each one, and it looks like the rear toe is slightly different from the front two, so I'm gonna build the rear one here first. I need E2. Okay. Okay, and then, oh, I need one more part from the E runner here. Part number 1. Okay, then I need parts from the claws and the foot ones that I showed earlier, which came out together because they got stuck together in the box. Okay, need 10, and I need, oh, that's it for that. And then on the A runner, I need 28. All of these are 28, so I guess it doesn't really matter that much. Awesome. Get to nub removing, and mercifully, no screws. It's an awkward angle there to get the nub out. Okay, and then oh, one more nub on here. Oh, I left a little bit of nub on here. I don't know how I missed that. That might need a fair bit of sanding later on. I left a bit of nub on this one too. What the hell? One toe down, 5 more to go. 2 more for this foot, and then the other 3 for the next one. Let's see here. I'm gonna cut this part out now to hopefully help keep track of them. E part number 18. all of these toes are literally the same. It's just... wait. A really odd layout for these parts and how you put them together here. Is this not in there all the way, or did I put it in there the wrong direction? That's why. Okay, that's why. That would explain why it's not fitting. Try that again. Okay, that's better. There we go. So it looks like each toe, yeah, gonna have just a little bit of a bend there, but I gotta build the other two for this foot here. So parts, the E-runner, two more of part number 1. Okay, and then I need 5 and 6. Okay. Two more these claw parts. Awesome. 1 second here. Now, despite all my attempts to be organized, I still feel like everything here is a bit of a hot mess. Trying my best though. 8 and 9. Alright. Make sure to put these pieces in the correct orientation this time. Like this, not the other way around. And then you see how there's an offset to that peg there, which is hopefully visible to y'all. Need to make it more centralized there. Clean the nubs off these. Dunbine's got to get its nails did. Okay, nail goes in, ABS parts go in, nail goes in, and the ABS parts. Grab our whole foot here. Alright. Set that down for just a second before I show it to you guys, because there is a couple more parts before we finish the foot for real. Need 14. I'll need 16. I think I cut one of those twice, but that's not that big a deal. Then I need M7. First polycap of the legs. And it seems like it's just for the hip and the foot when it comes to the legs, which is interesting to me. Clean these up. Okay, this part goes on underneath. It's a little fiddly. And then, where'd that polycap go? There it is. Polycap goes up here. And then this whole thing covers all of it. Yep. Yep, I do have that oriented correctly. So this looks... I hope it's... I don't think it's going to come across on camera that well, but this looks like a legit dinosaur foot. Like, this is so cool to me. And then with that panel on underneath there, it does... Ooh. Very limit the articulation of the feet, it looks like, unless I don't have them in there right, but I think I do. I would have thought they'd have more of a bend than that. Yeah, I think I just pushed the part out slightly. Oh, it's in there crooked. Nope, that's just only the back leg has any, or back toe has any real bend. The rest of them are just kind of, yeah. Move some stuff here. Because of the illustration, gotta start a new page here. Skip past the middle pages. Okay, it looks like put the foot on. And then I gotta whip out the fleshy colored rubber runner here because we got a couple of parts to put on here now. Okay, I need 10 and 11. So hard to hold this runner because it's so soft but also so large. Oh, come on now. Okay. Okay, and then I need 12 and 4. Some of these just don't want to cut, I swear. There we go. Jeez. Set that aside. Get the nubs off of these weird ass rubber pieces here. Kind of an awkward pit to get that out of, but I don't feel like my knife would be very good at parts that are this soft. Okay, so you go like this. You go like that. Man, this is freaky looking. Like, we filleted this poor thing alive. Like, there's like barely anything holding these rubber parts on, but they're staying on there pretty good. Like, I'm actually kind of impressed about that, or by that I should say. Okay, then gotta get some armor parts now. Finally get to take these parts off of Renner D here. 27. Okay, and then just to get rid of a runner from the box here, I'm gonna quick cut this out, but I won't clean it up until we get to this part in the other leg. Set that aside. I'm gonna quick check something here. Yeah, someone just messaged me on Discord who's watching the stream right now. This leg is 12 centimeters long, by the way, just to give you a sense of how long this leg is. It's actually, I was expecting it to be longer when I was when I first saw pictures of this kit. Okay, need C4. Thankfully not the explosive. Gates are really close to the part on this one. C3. Sadly, no PO to go with it. Okay, C10 and C11 are these big parts over here. These are nubs I'm going to have to be very careful with because they are very visible. One makes me wonder if this kit had come out a couple years later, if they would have undergated these. Because that high-grade OG that I showed earlier had lots of undergating, just like very sporadically on the parts though. Like 2 out of the 3 gates would be undergated. This was really strange. And then A21. And then I will eventually need A11. And to finish off the last of the parts for the leg here, I'm going to need to grab F3. That one gave up real easy. I wish the rest of them were like that. Okay, let's stand you back up here so everybody can appreciate it while I get these parts ready. Let's see, I'll start with the ones for the top first. Good. Yeah, mercifully at least with my God Hand cutter, the nubs on the blue parts aren't crazy noticeable, so they won't be that hard to clean and prep later. That one's a bit much though. Same with that one. I'm going to break out the knife for these just to whittle them down a little bit more. Very gently scrape across the surface. Just taking off the excess without getting rid of too much. Cap back on. This part is weirdly, feels almost rubbery, but it's not rubber. It still has a little bit of body to it. Oh, I put that in there backwards. Okay, that goes like that. That goes... got a bit of a thigh definition going on there. Just so fascinating to me how, like, there's like no straight lines like anywhere on this entire mecha design. Like, everything has a curve to it. Oh, that nub. Unless the light hits it in a certain way, you can't even tell that there was a nub there to begin with. Just goes to show that not all plastics are equal, and the God hand will cut better on some than others. I still love having this. I think that was a good investment. And I just cut the plastic there. At least this is on the back. I should be able to buff that out later. Gotta be a little more careful when doing that. Life hack, if you've got a sharp enough cutter, gently pushing the sharp end against your plastic can do the work of a knife without you needing to grab a whole other tool, although the knife will always be better. Okay, these big panels go on like this. Rubber's putting up a little bit of resistance here. And then I need to clean the nubs off of these. Finish it off. Oh, that is the nub. Butterfingers yet again. Yeah, that is the nub right there, so I'll cut that off. Okay, so knee pad goes in. Oop, I missed a bit of nub on there. A little bit more. Okay, that's good enough. There's a T shape to the peg here, which makes it easy to tell what orientation it needs to be in. And then this pink part goes in this part here. Helped correctly line up some parts that were misaligned there. And then it looks like this rubber part got warped a little bit, which is unfortunate. Maybe I could put that in some hot water to fix it, but yeah, we have the right leg finished. Looking pretty good. How does that bend go? That's about average for this time period. I feel like the master grade G Gundam kits that came out a little after this could have gotten a little bit more of a bend. Where are those rubber parts I put in here? Because I cut them out on accident. Nub off you. I'm just gonna pop this onto the hip right away, because why not? Put the rubber part in there first, and then pop the leg in there. So yeah, got that going there. I know I said I was going to try and find the screw for this, but I just want to see how tall this is going to end up being. See, he's peg-legging around here. Yeah, this is... I'll compare it to some of my other kits once it's fully built, but this is a decent size little gentleman here. Even though I don't have anything else in 1/35th scale to really compare it to, so it's kind of alone in my collection like that. I'm just going to swap this flimsy holding hand out here before it drives me insane. I just yeeted one of the parts of that hand somewhere in this room. I don't know if I can find that. I do want to use it. There it is. Crisis averted. Okay. Yeah, so about an hour to get that leg done ain't too bad. I'm just going to set him off to the side here and get to work on the next leg. Okay. $13 and $12. Okay. Pop you two together. It's technically supposed to be facing that way. Get the screw in there. Dropping things left and right here today, apparently. Yeah, hopefully these legs are sturdy enough to hold up the massive backpack that this thing has. That's kind of why I saved it for last, because I wanted to see how the legs are before loading them up. Okay. I think I get... Is this the last part on the eye runner? No, there's a couple of parts I assume for the backpack on here still, but... Awesome. Yep, and then... Nice thing about it being the second leg is that it's a little bit more obvious what parts I need for this one. Don't even need to match numbers, I just can tell them like visually. Although I don't think very much about this is specific from the left to the right, except for like these parts that make up the panel lining like detail on them. Yep, that's all I need for that step. Excuse me. Night of the Wind, I feel like, doesn't get enough appreciation as a Crush 40 Sonic song. Never actually played Sonic and the Black Knight. I would like to at some point, but I adore this game's soundtrack. I feel like a lot of people can say that about almost any Sonic game, though. Never played it. Music's cool, though. feel like I dropped a screw at some point because I definitely need one more. Hopefully it's somewhere on this desk here and can be easily tracked down, otherwise we might have a problem here. Honestly, after I build my Master Grade Gelgoog 2.0 and my Master Grade Shining Gundam, I might just try to avoid any kits with screws in the future because this is getting tiresome. And the anxiety of, oh, did I put that in there correctly, is not pleasant. At least, it seems like any kit that does use screws does tend to be decently sturdy. I don't know if they're like super crazy good sturdy. And it looks like that playlist on Spotify ran out. Yep, it did. Excuse me. I need to find, I'm just going to quick find another thing to listen to that hopefully won't get the VOD muted. Here we go. There we go. Alright, now back to building. Gotta tighten these pesky screws. And also interesting, I want to point out, there's this like grill detail. There's these like ridges on this transitional joint for the knee here, but it gets covered up by a rubber part. I just find that strange. Speaking of, last one of these dark colored rubber ones, except for the hip joint, which I accidentally cut out thinking it was for the arms in the last video. Or last stream, I should say. Okay. Just like putting a sock on a wet foot, right? Ugh. That's probably not the most pleasant of analogies, but I feel like it's pretty fitting. And then making extra sure I have that in there the correct orientation this time before I commit to pushing it in there too hard. Hey, Elgatori21, what's up with you? Quick. Oops. Alright. Oh, and I need E14. Yep, this one. Whoop. Alright. Now this is where I could hopefully find that misplaced screw, because I think this is a place where the screw is definitely not optional and not maybe optional like I thought it was for the ab crunch. So hopefully I can find this. But yeah, again, love that the nubs on this part of the leg are at least hidden on the inside of this part, so not super obvious. What are you planning on building there, Elgatori? Hopefully something a little bit easier to put together than this is, because, like, I love the design of the Dunbine, but this kit is kind of a nightmare to put together. I gotta get the high grade, because I'm sure that one's, you get the great look, and it's nowhere near as difficult of a build. fitting. Okay. Gonna quick pick this up here and see if I misplaced a screw, hopefully on my desk here, so I don't have to bend over and try to find it. That's a nub, that is not a screw. Screw hunting time. Alright, I was able to find that one. Hopefully that other screw that I need for the hip joint will turn up, otherwise that'll be very disappointing. Like, I have the nut for it, I just don't have the screw. Okay, lock this down. Uh-oh, that's not great. Okay, I think I fixed it. Okay. Yep. Alright. Now to the tedious work of the foot, which I think... I don't know why they split up the building of the toes like that, because just looking at these parts, I mean, I know for a fact the claws are all the same, but like everything else... Okay, one of them is flipped from the other one, so I guess there is a difference there. So, for the sake of not mixing them up, I will make sure to build it that way. So I'm going to build the single toe here first, and then the other two are identical. But that's like the only thing that's different is the orientation of the peg on this part. Aside from that, it's all the same. Yep, a little bit tedious doing one leg and then the other. I like how newer Bandai kits try to have more of the leg being, or legs and the arms I should say, being similar so that there's a little bit less repetition while building. Things that, you know, make the build more enjoyable that we all, as people who love building stuff, appreciate. MG Red Warrior or a Zaku? Is the Red Warrior the one from Build Fighters that is based on the original Gundam, or am I thinking of a different one? Either way, best of luck with those builds, man. I know that those are probably going to be a little bit more of a time sink for sure. Yeah, this green color that these feet parts have is not coming across well, either in the video I did with this, which I filmed with my iPhone, or this webcam. Like, they just look darker. They're a lot richer in person. Okay, I was thinking of the right one. Yeah, I want to get one of those kits at some point. Either that or the what is it, the Finis Gundam from Build Fighters, the green one that's based on the Gundam Wing. I'd love to have that Master Grade as well. I haven't actually seen Build Fighters. I should watch it at some point. Okay, and then get the nubs off of this. Bandai, you're an absolute bastard for putting all of these nubs on rounded parts. It's mad frustrating. Now to build the other two toes. Finally finishing off this runner here. Ow. I'll definitely have to give it a watch at some point. I just got too much other stuff I'm planning on watching or am in the middle of watching right now. So, I don't know when I'll get around to it. Maybe at some point later this year. Because I know it's on Crunchyroll at the very least, so I should be able to watch it there. Excuse me. That's it for that runner. Okay. And then just need these two. Curious to see what these parts are for, because I still have a few parts left on this runner here. There's 8 of them, so I'm wondering what those are going to do. And they definitely don't go on the legs or the feet, so I'm wondering what those are for. Could be fun to sand these claw parts down until they're extra sharp just for the effect, although I feel like that would potentially limit where you could display this unless you made your own like special base for it so that the sharp claws wouldn't damage anything you set it on. Food for thought. Okay, one last toe. Claw goes into the skin looking part, tab goes into the bottom of the toe, all of it goes together. If I did put that in there correctly, good. Okay, then cover for the bottom, which let me pop this in here and then I'll show you, because I don't think I showed you guys the detail on this part of the foot when I built the other one. it looks very, I mean, very organic, which I guess is fitting. Yeah, all those ridges in there making it also look like musculature, or like skin. I need to watch Aura Battler to get the context for what this like weird biomechanical thing that these mechs in the show have is all about, because it's so fascinating to me. Just biomechanical stuff in general. I think part of the reason why the toes were seeming like they didn't have a whole lot of articulation was because I couldn't get them into the slot all the way. Something that I'll probably take care of during the disassembly before painting that I would like to do with this kit, although with how much exposed ABS there is, I feel like that might not be as an all-encompassing of a paint job as I was expecting to, or like originally planning on doing for this. We'll see, I guess. At the very least, enough paint to cover the missing color on the head, because it looks kind of bare without those yellow stripes. Man, maybe the God Hand is not the best cutter for this stuff. Let me try my other cutter on the rubber here. Maybe I just need something with a bit more bite to it than the God Hand. Or like more crushing power than cutting power. Let me see if this does nub cleanup any better. Ooh, that took way too much off, but I don't plan on displaying this inner frame much. Yeah, it seems like the go-to for the rubber stuff is going to be the more aggressive cutters. Very interesting. There, you get to admire the weird fleshy goodness yet again while I finish getting the armor ready again. I know it's not in focus. That's the best I can do. Maybe if nah, it's not. I don't think anything I'm gonna do is gonna get that to be in focus and stay in focus, so. Okay. You already saw me cut these parts. I'm just gonna do this closer to my face here so it's a little easier for me. Surprised with how large these parts are that the gates aren't thicker. I guess it's because of how thin this armor is that the gates can still be that thin. And then we have this last piece for this runner here, but I know exactly where it's gonna go, so I'm just gonna cut it out and then put this runner aside so I can save space. Excuse me. Okay. Oh, I still need a couple more parts here. Awesome. Oh, uh-oh. Get you back up there. Oh, Jesus. Come on now. Set this off to the side so I don't accidentally try to... I don't know what I'm saying. Yeah, kind of the downside to this very curvy design is that nub cleanup is a little more difficult just because of... I mean, it's harder to get it looking smooth when it's not a flat surface in most cases. That's why I'm not really using the razor that much, because it'll just flatten out all these nice round surfaces if I sand it even just a little bit too much. And hopefully it won't take too long with the sanding sponges to get that sanded down. Okay, is that all of them? Yeah, that's all of them. All right, let's get some frickin' skin on this guy now, yeah? I'm sure he was getting cold having all of his muscles exposed like that. Although interesting how that pink like part is still visible on the underside of the foot there. Makes me wonder if there's a reason for that or just because it looks cool, you know? Oh, I forgot to get the nubs off this. And this. Oh, better to use this one. Okay. Knee pad. Do I have this rubber part in here wrong? I hope I don't. Okay, there we go. Got that in there. And this one's a little warped too. It's a little strange. Yeah, that one got a little warped as well. I think those lines are all supposed to be straight. But, exciting here. I get to take this out, cut the nub off of it. Oh, I cut way too much off of that. Hi. Get it. That part in there like that. Pop this in there. Yeah, haha. Alright, we have his body is all done, and it's so long it's not fitting into frame, but just a little bit of adjustment. He can stand up pretty good on his own. I'm going to get him angled forward just slightly here in anticipation of the heavy junk that is to come. Set this off to the side, shake this off. Yeah, get him in a rigid standing pose. He's going to hold it, so that ABS and the screws in the frame are doing wonders for his stability here. I'm going to quick find the page I need to be on in the manual here. Oh, okay. Those parts I was wondering about on the E-Runner are for the wings. Gonna leave him there. Get some runners ready here. Alright, so for the bigger wings, I need, uh-oh, get that back, 25 and 26, which is a bunch of these down here. And then finally get to take these lovely wings out of their runner here. They have a whole 4 gates to them. which I guess makes sense considering their size. Plastic on these is also a little softer than, say, the armor of the kit, just for keeping them from being brittle, I'm sure. Okay, just gonna take the nubs off the ABS parts here. Interesting how the bases of the wings are getting ABS joints. I hope that increases their stability, because I know previous Dunbine kits had an issue with stability in the wings. And then get the nubs off these, which this is another thing that's much in need of paint. This like ridge on the top there is supposed to be gray, if I remember correctly, not all yellow like it is here. Excuse me. I'm going to take a moment to drink some water. I think that might help a little bit with the coughing. Okay. And then gotta get the nubs off this, of course. Oh, Jesus. At least that's not super noticeable. I don't know if y'all can see it, because the detail on my webcam is probably not letting it show, but I am cutting just a teensy bit too much off of these wings, but I think it won't be that noticeable. Alright, got the big wings done there. Now just need to do the small ones. You know, in hindsight, putting him there wasn't a great idea, because you probably want to see what I'm cutting here. And that's it for this runner. We only have 3 runners left of parts in need of, or I guess 4, because we do have 2 pink rubber pieces left and 1 lone polycap that I'm not sure where that's going to go. So, wait, that's 1, 2, 3, 5 runners left. So each wing gets a hinge and a ball joint for its articulation, which probably is all it really needs, just to make them look like they're spread out, or maybe like they're flapping. Yeah, and then they're all gonna hook up into this part here, which I just need to clean up real quick. little ones go in the bottom, big ones go in the top. Look at that. Also not fitting in frame. These wings are way bigger when you put them in context of the kit itself, but pop it onto the back here. I'm just gonna hold it away from the camera so I can get it in there correctly. It's a two-handed job getting that in. Just gonna, oh, there, one of them is a little loose. That's kind of unfortunate. ABS isn't as grippy as I would like, but I guess the angel has his wings, you could say. I might have to angle the camera up here slightly after the stream, but now we get to the really intense part of the build here. We got to get this backpack put together. So set our bug boy with his lovely wings off to the side here. All right. So we got to get the hinges for the opening part, and then we got to get them all put onto... I'm going to start with this part here, just because, I mean, this is what everything here is building onto. These are some thick, chunky gates on this one. Alright, this is going to make a fun sound when it falls. Listen. Oh. Thought it would rattle a little more. Alright. Like, this is one of the biggest pieces I've seen that is actually on a runner in a model kit. Because, like, my Master Grade Zeong's skirt armor is bigger than this, but it wasn't something you had to cut out. It was just one big piece. Putting up a fight now, are ya? Come on. Okay, and then alright, set this down. Our last of these rubber parts go in here, which I think this manual said they're the engines of this. Not entirely sure. And I know that they're supposed to be like gold or bronze in color, so it makes me wonder why they made these rubber parts, because these are not going to be very friendly to paint. At least I think they might keep their paint if they don't move much, but you have to like flex them to get them into this position. So there's a one tab up here, 4 down here, and then there are slots in the back of this thing that they need to fit into. Just gotta angle and then push. Yeah, so they flex slightly getting in there. Same thing on the other side, of course. Yeah, we got the engines, I guess, in there. Got to break out the eye runner here for quite the array of hinges here. Excuse me. Okay, let's see here. 7 and 8. Oop, that's wrong part. Not mean to cut that. Oop. Thank you for catching that. Gave it a little slide to go down. Okay. 19. Looking like an elbow macaroni here. And then 2 and 5. And then where's 5? This is 5. Interesting how every part I just cut out only had 2 gates on it. That went flying all the way over here. Okay, get these cleaned up and then do the same thing on the other side. So, let's see here. So you go like this. There's another part of the manual that could be a little clearer. All of this is ABS though, so this should have a good grip on each other here. Okay, and then this clips onto this. You're left with this, which I believe is the hinge for the backpack. How does this attach? Oh, I put these on backwards. Damn it. Why do I keep doing that? Like I said, I don't know if it's partially my fault, but like these instructions could be a little more clear. Sometimes the angles they choose to show the parts, or the ways that they just have arrows looping around other arrows to show how they're supposed to line up, is just not the clearest thing in the world. Okay, that's how it's supposed to go together, because this part here goes into these holes in here. So what you should have is that. So there's a pin, or there's a hole here that'll go into the Dunbine itself, and then this for the armor panel. Do that again, but for the other side here. That's it for that runner. Or wait, did I get? I'm not. Oh, I missed one part. Yeah, that's right. Oh, where did you go? Over here again. Now that's it for that runner. Make sure I'll put this all together the correct orientation this time. Okay. Yeah, so that... Oh, this also is shaped like that to keep it from going down too far. There's like a little wall in there, I guess you could say, that matches up with the curve of the macaroni noodle piece there, so that it doesn't go down too far. Okay. Yep, everything's going together the correct orientation the first try this time. Okay. And then this goes in there like so. Yep, got both of those in there. Gotta move everything so I can flip the page. Okay. Put this back down here. I'm just going to set this part off to the side because we are done with all of our ABS parts, so I don't think I'll need it for anything. But I'll keep it somewhere open in case I'm wrong about that assumption, but I'm pretty sure I won't need it. More big parts with weirdly placed gates that even my god hand is struggling to get to. Need to figure out a way to maybe put my webcam directly above me as opposed to like in front of me like it is, because that might help with some of these problems. going to take the knife out for these real quick here. Running your fingernail over it is a good way to see if there's any nub left, because if it catches on something, you're not done. Plus, gently scraping it with your fingernail can help reduce some of the white mark that's left behind. Yeah. So a good habit to get into when nub cleaning, for sure. Okay, put the cap back on this, and then I'll cut the nubs on this one. Oh, those came out way better than the other side. So, this little square hole there is going to go into this. See if this is as difficult as I'm thinking it might be. Okay, I'm gonna extend the joint there so that I can see where it is. Oh, that's not gonna work either. Okay, how about if I do it like that? I think that's the strategy right there. One side done. Now try to do the same thing here on the other side. Okay. And then a couple more parts to finish off the backpack here. Slight fitting problems on this one. I'm not sure what's going on there. They don't close up all the way on the back though. Interesting. Okay, and it's these little oval shaped pieces here to finish the backpack. Gotta be careful when using your cutters like that. Sometimes you might get parts stuck in them and they're not closing properly. Okay. And then this one with the hole is to hold the scabbard, so you gotta make sure that goes on the right side, not the left side. Okay. This one goes like this. And then this one goes like so. I can see why they said to put those on first. I should have paid attention to the instructions, but backpack is done. Okay, let's see. So these struts sticking out here and here on the back are where that's supposed to go. So I'm going to angle the head to the side here, fold the wings down as much as they'll go. See if I can get this in here without much trouble. ABS on ABS on ABS for these joints, so it should be nice and sturdy. Although, interestingly, no screws for this part. I'm going to have to do this off camera, guys. I'm sorry. It's going to require me to very precisely line this up. Oh my goodness. Okay. I think with the way I have those angled in there, it's not gonna want to fit actually now that I'm looking at it. Let me try again. Problem with these parts being ABS is that they are incredibly stiff. Oh, there we go. Got that backpack on there, and yep, he's back heavy with it. Let's see here. So yeah, standing straight with the backpack. Oh, well, would you look at that? I think his wings might be helping him stand up there slightly. So let me extend those again. Close the manual here. Well, would you look at that? He's not leaning up against anything. He's very precariously balanced there, as you can see, but get him in a decent standing pose, and he can hold up the weight of this backpack. And then speaking of weight, this thing is a lot heavier than I think it would be, considering how like thin it is. Well, let's get his weapons built here, and then that'll be it for the whole thing. So set that there. I will say that backpack at least gives him a nice little cradle to sit on when he's laying down, so it's not stressing any of the joints as far as I can tell. Okay, for the aura shot here, I need 8 and 6. Okay, and then 23. Okay. So this goes in here. At least they hide the seam line on this as a panel line detail. That's helpful. But, oh, I missed part of the nub here. Okay, and then this does come with 2 of them, so I gotta repeat all of those steps again with slightly different pieces. Although again, I wonder why they classify these as different parts when they're not. I don't think they're exactly different left to right. Interesting choice. And then the rest of the parts on that runner are for the scabbards, so just gonna need this to finish off the aura shots here. Okay. Okay. Alright, and now just got to make the parts that help hold them onto the arms here. So we got 8 and 6 again, but for runner A this time. Okay, make a little like box here. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be. Okay. Put that in like this. Maybe, oh, is this, maybe this is the ammo clip? I'd have to watch Dunbine to know for sure, but that's kind of what the vibe that it's giving me there, is that that's like the ammo clip for this gun. Because from the watching the intro of this show, I believe this thing is firing like gunpowder bullets or something, because in the intro it looks like this is expelling used shells out the back of it as it's shooting. So judging by how it kind of snaps into place, but it's like pretty easy to take out, I think these might be ammo clips, but like I don't think anything in the manual says what that is. How did I not get all that nub there? That's better. Okay, and now the actual parts that attach this onto the arms. I'm just gonna cut these all out all at once here. What is... I missed a part somewhere in this kit. I'm gonna have to flip through this instruction book and see where this part here goes. That's a little odd. Alright, well, let's finish the aura shots in the scabbard here first, and then I'll figure out where that part was supposed to go. So those are the parts that cradle into the claws, and then these are the parts that grip it around the arms. Oh, Jesus. That could have been bad. Okay. Okay, all those are done. Now to do these. Almost looks like the McDonald's arches. Okay, so they face this direction. One aura shot done. Nope, that goes in this side. And 2 aura shots done. Let's quick test fit him on on the kit itself here. So you're supposed to just gonna put him in both arms. Why not? So you hook the claws into there and then push it down. I mean, it's in there, but it's not in there like crazy securely. Let's try it on the other arm here. Oh, I missed one of the claws there. Yeah, I mean, it's in there. I don't trust the security of that being in there long term though, because there's no pegs holding it in, and you rotate it even slightly and it comes loose. But yeah, he's got him. The right arm on this one doesn't want to stay on for some reason, and I'm not entirely sure why. Yeah, awkward as hell that they're on the backs of the arms, but yeah, he's got him. Let's get this scabbard built, and then I'll try and see where that piece that I somehow missed is supposed to go. I think I have an idea though. That's a awkward place to put that gate there. Sorry if that was super loud for you guys there. Okay, that's it for that runner there. Oh, okay. They put the nubs on the scabbard in places that are going to get covered up by other parts, so that's at least on these big parts here. The smaller parts not so much, but I appreciate that. Less work on my end for sure. Okay. So oh, these parts don't even have any tabs that hold them together. It's these parts here do all the lifting and keeping this assembled. And then doesn't seem... Oh, you're not in all the way. That's really irritating. Come on now. Oh, there's a bit of nub left on there. Maybe that's why it wasn't fitting properly. Okay, let's try that again. So just line these up as close as you can. Slide the cuff over. Okay, that's better. And then this goes up from the bottom until you can't anymore, and that's what holds it together. That's where the sword goes. Actually holds the sword in there decently well. So I would be afraid of paint chipping if I paint the sword and then decide to put it in here, but that one little hole there, there's a little ball joint on the scabbard here. Oh, what the hell? What? Oh, I missed a step there. That's where that last poly cap goes. It goes under here. Okay, I gotta get this part out then. Okay, thankfully that wasn't too hard to get that out. Okay, last poly cap goes in here. So, cut that out. Goes underneath here. That goes onto the backpack. Oh, I didn't mean to take that off, but it just decided to come off, I guess. Pop that back in place there. And then the scabbard goes into that polycap. Put this back on real quick here. This backpack is very fiddly. Very fiddly. Oh my god, come on now. Don't come loose. Okay, what in the get in there? Okay, now stay in there. Yeah, we got the scabbard on there now. So I'm gonna lean him forward just as in an attempt to counterbalance that backpack there. Yeah, look at that. I'm just gonna quick flip. I'm gonna let him sit there and stare at you guys while I figure out where that part went. I think I missed a part in the head, and that's where that is supposed to go. Get the nubs out of here. We go back to the head here again. No? It's not where that goes. A2. Where does A2 go? That's interesting. Does it go in the cockpit? Oh! Okay, it's for the cockpit window. So, I'm gonna I'm gonna get the box off the desk so I have a little bit more room to move some stuff around here. Gonna set him off to the side. Turns out I put the cockpit window, and somehow the cockpit window fits in place even without this part in there, which is interesting. Okay, finished off the last runner there. Get the nubs off of this real quick. Oh, this must be like this detail here, I think, is like the control stick, maybe? I haven't actually seen what the cockpits of Aura Battlers look like in the show, but I think that's what that is. Okay, let me just make sure I have the orientation of that correctly again. Okay, yeah. So, just gonna do a bit of disassembly here. Oh, god damn it. Stay in there. Oh, did my playlist just stop? Seems like my playlist just stopped. Yep, it sure did. So, what's a good one? I'll play this one. I was playing the Black Knight soundtrack for the fantasy, like, aesthetic, but yeah. Oh, jeez. Okay, that's how I missed it. This part goes in to here. Oh, okay, okay. So it slides in there. Yeah, so that's definitely got to be a control stick for the Dunbine here. That would be facing the pilot there, and I'm guessing that's a little display screen there of some sort. I'm just gonna quick get his cockpit reassembled here. Again, kind of funny that they would go to that effort for detail like that, but you're not going to be able to see it when the kit is finished because this green is too dark to allow enough light through for it, but hell yes. I'll take care of that later. I'm gonna clear off a little space here, put a couple of my tools back. I'm just gonna let him sit like that for a second while I put my tools away here. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna angle this camera up here just a tiny bit to hopefully get all of him in frame here. Yeah. Oh, come on now. You're a big boy, you can stand up on your own. So yeah, this was honestly miserable to put together, but the final result does look pretty great. I can't deny that. As you can see, these rubber parts don't really want to stay in place, and excuse me, the hands can't hold the weapons very good, but as a static thing, I mean, I think it's pretty great. So, just so anybody's wondering here, I don't have a 1/100 scale Gundam to compare this to in terms of physical size, but I do have my Motoroid Zabungle here, and yeah, this is quite the tall fella, because the Zabungle here would be about the same height as a 1/100, like standard Gundam height here. But obviously this is 1/100, this is 1/35th scale, so not accurate to each other, but just as a physical model kit, this thing is quite large. Humorous, since compared to other 80s anime, that would be the shortest out of all of them. I'm going to stand up for just a second here to make sure I put this back on my shelf without making anything fall over. Okay, let's just compare it to a couple of other things here quick for fun. That's a couple of minifigs sitting right in front of it there. Trying to get myself re-centered here. There we go, that's better. Yeah, so how I believe 1/35th scale is very close to how tall minifigures are, because if I take the included standing pilot figure and set him, oh come on now, despite having fairly large feet, he doesn't stand up very well. I think maybe a tiny bit of sanding just to flatten them out might fix that, but let me try that again here. Yeah, if you put the standing pilot figure there, it is pretty close to Lego minifigures, so things done to scale to Lego minifigures would probably be pretty close in scale to this thing here. But just to grab random stuff off my shelf here, bring out the Choromatsu Figma here and the Choromatsu Nendoroid, just give you a sense of scale here, like physically. Yeah, I mean, just furthering that point, this thing is fairly large just as a model kit, but its articulation is limited, can't hold on to its weapons worth a damn, kind of fiddly to do anything with. So what you essentially have here is a very pretty statue, I guess is how I'm going to put it, but I kind of expected it to be like that. But I am still very impressed that it's able to hold up the weight of this massive backpack here. Can't complain about that. Yeah, I'm going to try one more time on stream here to see if I can get him to at least temporarily hold his sword. So aura shot in one hand, sword in the other. Pop the hand out. Take the sword out of the scabbard here. If I could find some way to make the sword held better in the hand without needing to permanently glue it in place, that would be really awesome. But as it is, it's difficult even getting the sword into the arm because of how you gotta pop the ball joint in like that. And then it comes loose. And then you drop it. I don't want to fiddle with this for too long because that's not exciting to watch, but I do want to try closing it off with it holding its sword in one hand and the aura shot in the other hand. Yeah, it seems like the modern Premium Bandai high-grade release of the Dunbine is the only one to get the hands right, because the old high-grade had rubber hands that couldn't hold the sword worth a damn at all. And these have these awful pre-molded glue-required hands that also don't hold the sword very well. Is this angle just not going to work? Like, what's going on here? Okay. Please just hold it long enough that I can put you in front of the camera, please. Please. I think the parts for this hand are getting looser the more often the more times I try this, but there we go. He's holding it as well as I can get him to anyway. Yeah. Well, thank you all very much for joining me on the stream here live. Those of you who have been watching the VOD for the last one, and anybody who stumbles upon this VOD in the future. Not a whole lot of people talking about the Master Grade Dunbine in English here on YouTube, so I'm happy to have provided a bit of information about it in a way for Western audiences to appreciate. I do plan on doing a proper review of this kit at some point, especially because of how special and unique it is. But I think my initial reaction is awful build experience, lovely final product. Yeah, hopefully painting this won't be too difficult at some point in the near future either. Yeah, thank you all for watching. I'm going to end the stream here since pretty much finished with it. I hope you all have a lovely day.